Okay.
Go ahead. Okay, hi, I'm Shirley Rowe, and this is a first for me. So, I have been told I'm supposed to just talk about my precious Aunt Rowe. We were married for 52 years. They were absolutely wonderful years, and I'm still mad at him for going off and leaving. But that's Father's choice, and I'm still here. I just want to tell you a tiny bit about Aunt Rowe. He was a Marine, one of the best there was, one of the best looking. Okay, I'm trying to look.
Look at me as you talk.
I look at you as I'm talking.
Make it easier for you.
I'll try. This crazy youngin' that's videotaping this is absolutely precious. And I've known her for a long, long time too. But anyway, to get back to Ed, he was a blind date, and he was the only Marine that had a car. So there was 4 of us girls were going on a date with these guys. So I got in the car with him, and we went down to the Battery in Charleston. If you've ever been to Charleston, you need to go to the Battery. That's where everybody used to go and make love on the Battery. And, oh goodness, this is so... Anyway, we were on the Battery. The other couple got out and walked down the Battery together. And Eddie and I had not said one word. He was a blind date. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. But we were sitting there, and he pulled off that cap, that Marine cap, that blue uniform was so good. Oh, he was so good looking. He pulled off that cap, threw it in the back seat, and looked at me and said, "Come here, woman." And I've been right there ever since. That was now 60 years ago, I guess it was. Yeah, at least 60 years ago. And I'm still waiting to get there. When I get to heaven, he's going to say, "Come here, woman," and I'll be right there again. That's
Well, you know, I love the story that you told us yesterday about when you were in your kitchen and you wanted to have words with him, but the Lord told you to hold your tongue. Share that, because I think that's a wonderful principle of being respectful in marriage.
Okay, we've been married, goodness knows how many years then, but we'd always had, the main thing I think was we had respect for each other and love for each other. We'd always thought, one of the things that I was so grateful for was he always thought of me first and I him. We always wanted to please each other. So we did have words sometimes, and but this particular morning, the kids, the boys were, one of them was 18, the oldest was 18, and he had done something that he shouldn't have done. Of course, I'd said, "That's okay, you know, like a mother does, but she shouldn't." And Eddie was right upset about that. So he was telling me over the breakfast table that I had done wrong, and just reading my title, it's clear about being such a lenient mother when I should have been more disciplinary, you know. So he was telling me all that over the breakfast table, and I was just waiting for him to shut up because I was going to let him have it right back across the table. And just as I opened my mouth, he hushed, and just as I opened my mouth, the Spirit said, "Hurt not with thy tongue." And I just bit my tongue, and I didn't say another word. And about 15 minutes later, everything was okay. So we were all right. We both took blame for not having done what we should have done with Mike, but it's okay. It was all right. There's so many things that I remember that was just absolutely. Well, I'll give you a little sentence that God gave me. He says, God gives memories for roses in December. And I'm in December now, and I'm thankful for that. But oh, the memories, the roses are absolutely wonderful. And just yesterday was just fantastic. Just seeing all the guys, the girls again, just being with people I hadn't been with in years and years and years. And I am not going to cry on this thing. So there. Now, can I hush down?
Yes, and I just would like for you to just give the ladies one key that you think to a successful marriage. Just, you know, some little nugget that you can give to them.
Putting the other first.
Okay.
Putting the other first. When you first get married, that's not hard to do at all. But the longer that you live together, it is sometimes you think, well, gosh, I should do this, or I should do that. But as long as you put the other, what do they think, what do they feel, it comes out better. It comes out right. It's just happy. And I know that I will share this too. The day before Eddie went home to be with the Lord was a day of absolute clarity. He had been sort of in a coma, But that day of clarity, it was absolutely wonderful. We thought about so many things. We talked about years gone by. It was, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. He was in the hospital, of course, and I practically crawled in bed with him because it was just so wonderful just to be together, And he was just like, oh, I don't know. Anyway, I knew when I left the hospital that day that he had turned a corner. I thought it was going to bring him home the following day. Well, he went home instead. And so that was kind of hard to get through there, but the Lord was right there the whole time. And he's still there. There are times that I wonder where he is, but I know that he's still there. And I know, too, that Ed Rowe knows what's going on. And I know that this is one of the things that helped so much. Was the last thing that we ever did before he left home, or he was taken away from home, when he had the stroke. And they came to pick him up. But that morning, we were on our knees together praying for the kids, which is what we did every single morning. I would kneel, or he would kneel right by the couch, and I sat on the end of the couch, and he prayed, And that's the only way we got through. So a lot of things had happened in our lives, but that was the last thing that we did together was pray for the children. And I think that's another thing is you've got to stay together and pray with the children. So after he was gone for I guess 2 or 3 weeks, I realized one morning that I missed that so very, very much. So you know what I did? I just closed my eyes and said, okay, God, here we come. Eddie and I are walking up to the throne, and we're going to pray for our children this morning together. So I could just see us just kneeling at the throne, and we prayed together. And so that's the way that I've gotten through a lot of things since then, is knowing that I can be there with him at any time. My spirit just goes. I'm not saying that I'm literally there,
right?
But I know that I'm there, and I know he hears, and I know that he's praying too. So.
Well, thank you so much, Shirley. You are just a blessing to all the ladies, and we are looking forward to a future of hearing from you with this video. So God bless you, and we love you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.